welcome to Hooked on Utah. Today we have got a great adventure for you. You know what? We're up on the top of the Skyline Drive, Sanpete County, riding the Arapeen Trail, and we're gonna hit some great lakes today, try to put some fun high mountain trout on the shore, show you tips and techniques that will help you catch more fish on your favorite lake here on the Arapeen Trail system. So sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's really cool adventure. All right, so I'm here with Kevin Christensen. Now, Kevin, so far we've had an incredible ride this morning, and we've stopped at two different lakes. But let's just talk about what the Arapeen map has to offer in terms of just variety.
So yeah, the Arapeen Trail map, not only does it highlight over 600 miles of trail, but it also has about 40 lakes, mountain lakes, listed on the map with GPS coordinates. So if you want to ride the trails and then stop and fish, and then if there's nothing at a certain lake, you get on the trail again and you go to another lake and try at another one.
Because we've had that happen where we'll hit a lake or two and it might be dead. Yes. And then we'll go to the next little stream or pond on the Arapeen map and that lake's on fire. That's kind of the beauty of it in terms of just following the map and making sure your vehicle will fit whichever trail is designated for whatever width. But there's also some great accessibility for vehicles.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of trails. There's 50-inch, there's 66-inch, and then there's full-size vehicles. So we're here at Farron Reservoir, and there's trucks here as well. So it's just a great place to come and ride and fish.
Where can people get the Arapeen map?
UtahATVtrails.org.
Okay, if you don't have one, you need one, because it really adds to the adventure in terms of riding, fishing, camping, exploring, and the map just kind of designates all the really cool stuff that there is to see up here. So get a map and then get up here and have a great time with your family. Did you just get hit? Fish on, look at this, here we go. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. Look at this, right there. Oh, and he's off, but hey, so that is fish number 2 for you.
Yeah.
All right, right on. Okay, so tell everybody your name.
I'm Jocelyn Kiesel.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me what you're using.
I'm using Rainbow Power Bait. It's right here. This is what I'm using. It's almost gone. Hope I can.
Oh yeah, dude, that bottle's getting expensive now. Yeah. Right now, that's been the stuff. But it looks like you got a few other goodies in there. You might be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get rigged up again and see if we can get another one on.
Sweet.
All right, good job, Jocelyn.
Thanks.
He's chewing on it. There we go. There we go. Fish on. Nice. Look at this little guy right there. So we're hitting these high mountain lakes, and I'll tell you what, sometimes you just got to change it up. And what we've done here is we're going, oh, and he's free. He's going to go. We're going power bait and worms, and it seems to be working. That seems to be the ticket. A lot of these lakes, you can go up, you can throw spoons, you can throw spinners, you can throw a woolly bugger behind a fly, and they're super aggressive. But I think right now, probably because there's more people up here midsummer, the bait seems to be working, and that's a nice planter. And I'll tell you what, they do a great job with these lakes and streams and ponds up here on the Arapeen Trail. So I got to re-rig and get back out there. Hey, you will never believe who I found up here on the Arapeen Trail. It's the Morrows from Aurora, Utah. So I got to ask a question. How's it going?
I have no luck.
She has no luck. What's your name?
AJ.
AJ. AJ has no luck. And why is that, AJ?
Because apparently I went on a date with the boy and apparently he messed me up.
Who's the boy?
Jason.
Jason, you don't know how to fish, all right? She was ripping lip, catching fish, reeling them in, doing all kinds of great things until you showed up, all right? We will talk later. How's it going with you?
Good. I caught like 3.
3? All right, what's your name?
Stacy.
Stacy, well done. You're just gonna leave me hanging, stones. Apparently in Aurora, they do it different. All right. Mom, what's your name?
I'm Cindy.
Cindy, very nice to meet you. How's it going? What do you think of being up here with your family, your daughters, and all the fun?
This is my life. I love it. God's country. Favorite place.
It is so beautiful, isn't it?
I love it.
Riding the machines, up here, these lakes, it's just a thin, no, let's call it a thick slice of heaven, right?
It is.
Awesome. Dad, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's great. This is where I'd live if I could. So
Absolutely. Awesome. What's your favorite part?
riding and fishing. So,
Okay.
yeah, and the camping, spending time with the family.
Me too. That's what I love. I like riding UTVs, but I like doing it with some type of fishing activity or something else. All right. Hey, when you're up here, you run into great people like the Morrows. And Jason, you blew it, buddy.
Yeah.
No more dates.
Watch it, because he's down there and he's playing with it. Just wait until he pulls it under. Now start to reel, reel, reel. See there? Reel. You got him. You got him. Keep reeling. There we go. Fish on. Luke is on, man. Boom. Fish for Luke. Nice job, Luke. Give me stones, baby. All right, swing him up here and we'll get him undone. Look at that, dude. Get this guy out of there. Nice work, Luke. Dude, that's a nice little planter. Look at that guy right there. Luke with one of the first fish of the day. What do you say, Luke? Good to go? Oh, okay, we're gonna get this guy undone. I gotta get my pliers. But Luke and I have figured out the technique. It's the bubble, and we're giving it about 5 feet a leader so that worm is down there deep, and that seems to be working with catching these fish. So we're gonna let this guy go and put on another one. Hey, you guys know this handsome man, Greg Wayman, good friend of mine. Skyline Recreation, we have rented from you a whole bunch. Let's talk about your business, because one thing right now, it's actually kind of hard to buy new machines.
Oh.
They're not out there.
Yeah, I've barely been able to purchase to keep my fleet up. So I got a lot of machines. I do daily rentals, or if you rent them for multi-days, you can keep them overnight. Right down at the bottom of the canyon in Sterling, Trailhead Rentals, you park your car in my parking lot and head on up the mountain. And you can go on trails that trucks and cars can too, but it's a different way to experience it all. But then when you really want to go wheeling, you go up on some of the restricted trails and enjoy some scenery you can't access otherwise.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love his machines because Greg's got a variety to choose from 4-seaters to 2-seaters, from, you know, your 50-inch and bigger. So when you've got your Arapeen map, Greg can also kind of give you direction on where to go, but his machines are clean, they're new, they're reliable. I love it because we take them back to him, we drop them off and head home, and I don't have to worry about where I'm keeping it, where I'm storing it, and then to rent again and come up here for a couple of days or just a day. It makes it so simple. Greg, how do people get a hold of you?
SkylineRec.net, all reservations are online.
Okay, check it out, hit him up, and tell him Gary from Hooked on Utah sent you, and he'll probably charge you 20% more.
There'll be a charge.
All the gear used on this week's adventure can be found at your local Sportsman's Warehouse or online at sportsmanswarehouse.com. All right, let me show you my small little high mountain tackle box that I've got going here. And this is just what I've got kind of rigged up and I'm using when we come out here. You know, obviously I love to have small stick baits, these micro baits for lakes. A lot of times when you're the first one to kind of cast on that lake, these little micro Rapalas will produce fish fast and furious. You always got to have a good standby. You got to have some cast masters, and you need them in various sizes. You can see I've got micro cast masters, micro jakes. Really, really important. You want a good selection of spoons of different sizes. I'll bring tube jigs, where you can run tube jigs, soft plastics, they work. You got to have marabou jigs in a lot of different colors. Marabou jigs will produce on these streams and these lakes and these ponds. I really love these little micro crankbaits. They're awesome. Whip them out there, bring them back in. If you got aggressive cutthroat, aggressive brook trout, they'll pound these little micro cut baits. Then, you know, you've always got to have your MEP spinner, And you know, I like them in a 1 or a 0. I like these smaller spinners. They just produce better. And let me tell you what I've been fishing lately. I've been getting these little hustlers in a bunch of different colors. And so I've got them in greens and browns. And then I just rig them up with just a little jig head, 16th ounce or 32nd ounce jig head that you can cast and swim back. So if you're fishing streams and little wash pools or these little lakes, try this type of stuff in the summer. You're going to catch a lot of fish doing it. But go into Sportsman's Warehouse, get geared up, get you a light little box like this you can take with you, and then load it with a bunch of hardware that we've just shown you, and I promise you, you're going to catch a lot more fish. Remember, all the gear we used here today can be found at your local Sportsman's Warehouse, so get in, get geared up, and get in the outdoors.
How was the first fish of the day for you?
Finally, we got the first fish. I was almost thinking I was going to get skunked for a minute, but we're reeling him in.
Show your setup. You're doing something similar but a little different.
Oh, and these fish are great. They come right off the hook. You're going to have to ask my daughter the setup. I'm copying her setup. She's caught 3 or 4 now, and this is my first. Pretty little fish.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Whoa, and right
Whoa.
out of my hands. Back into the water he goes.
I'm from Linden. Listen, this is my favorite pole right here. This is the Disney Barbie pole made by Shakespeare. You can get it at Sportsman's Warehouse, and I'll tell you what, I have living proof. I've caught more fish on this kind of pole than any other pole. Have you caught fish today? 1. How awesome. Do you like fishing? It's pretty awesome, isn't it? Mom, what do you think about being up here with your kids, your husband, your son, in the back country? What do you think?
It's awesome. It's beautiful up here. My kids, it's great to get my kids out of the house and
Away from the electronics.
Exactly, yes.
So awesome. What's your favorite part about watching them catch fish?
The excitement on their face and them be able to do it themselves.
It's very, very cool. Now, we're gonna spin the camera around because look, these guys were hiding behind the camera. They're all too camera shy to be on. But hey, hold on, Dad, what's your name?
Colby.
Colby, and your last name?
Roberts.
Colby Roberts, what's your name?
I'm Cashton.
This is Cashton?
Roberts.
I love it, that's a sweet name.
Kenley.
Kenley, nice. What's your favorite part about fishing up here with your family?
To catch all the fish.
Yeah, dude, give it to me. That's what I want to do. I want to rule. Remember the saying? Girls rule and boys drool. Right there. All right. And I was going to steal the Barbie pole, but I feel like it'll end up badly, so I'm going to give it back to her. Awesome, you guys. Hey, this is what it's all about. Being up in the mountains, on the Arapeen Trail, fishing, camping, riding with your family. Great memories, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, they thought they were going to not be on the camera, but I got them, as usual. See, I got one out there just dragging me down. Boom. This is a good fish, Luke. Fish on, man. Look at this. Here we go. So this is another fish on the bubble and a worm technique. He's down here in the grass. Good looking little fish. Man, he's putting on a little run here. Look at that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You can see right here what I've got is a bubble, and I've got about 5 or 6 feet of leader. And then I'm just putting on a really small piece of worm. And you know, if you're keeping them, it's awesome. If you're gonna release them, I try to get them as quick as I can when they take the bubble down so they don't swallow it. And then, you know, they seem to have a better survival rate. But good little rainbow. Look at that guy fighting. We'll bring him up and see if we can get him undone. He's kind of deep, so I cut the line off right at the hook. Hook will dissolve in about 3 or 4 days. It actually, what happens is their skin opens up, hook starts to dissolve. They can usually dislodge it, spit it, and then instead of pulling and ripping, you know, they release so much better. If you're doing lakes like Strawberry and other lakes, it's a great technique. The hooks are so small. I try to use the smallest treble possible too, and then I just cut it off, especially if you're fishing where you've got slot fish. That's important to remember. But we kind of got a pattern figured out. Luke and I have got it dialed right now on the worm in a bubble, but that's my technique. I've got a bubble right here. It's just halfway full of water. Swivel so it can't pull through. And then I'm looking maybe 4 feet and 4 to 5 feet of leader. And I'm using fluorocarbon 4-pound test. This is an awesome technique for the high Uinta Mountains with a fly in a bubble, with power bait. If you just put on a little less power bait and the bubble sinks, you fill it clear full and it brings the power bait down with it. It's another awesome technique. So give it a go and get an Arapeen mat and get down here and try some of these really fun lakes, streams, and ponds. Oh yeah, she's got a good one. Oh yeah, look at that. You got a good one. Swing him up. There we go. Check that out. You kind of got the system going with the power bait, don't you?
Oh yeah. It's working really nice for me.
It's working great. That's probably our best fish here at this little pond so far. Yep. The fishing's really picked up, so we're having a good time. We're catching fish faster and faster. All right, Pops, you got the job right there.
Beauty.
Beautiful fish.
Way to go.
Okay, nice job. We're gonna get you re-rigged and we'll get this back in the water.
Yep.
A little more. Okay, reel. Is he there? You got him. Fish on. Luke is on. Check it out, dude. Luke's on again. The kid has the touch. The kid has the gift. Look at that, dude. Bam! You're the man, dude. Should we swing him off? Let's take a look. Okay, this time. Kiss a fish or fish slap. Ha-ha! We got the fish slap in there. Let's take a look at this guy and see how he's hooked. Good little planner. I think with him, we're just gonna cut his line off.
I'll give you $5 and give me a big old kiss.
Come on, $5. Kiss. Come on. We'll put him back and he is gone. I'll tell you what, Luke, are you having fun? He's having a good time, and that's what kids like. They want to catch fish. They don't necessarily want to fish. Sometimes we like to fish, try techniques, see if it works. Kids want to catch. This is a great technique, and you'll put more fish in the boat or on the shore. All right, so we're back off the mountain. Luke ripped it up while we're fishing, but you know what? Before you ever leave Manti, there's something you absolutely have to do, and it's Candies on Main. I'll tell you what, we're gonna go in and get sugared up. Thing I love about Sanpete County, so many cool places to eat, stay. They've got great hotels, great lodging, but first, let's go into Candies on Main, see what they've got. Come with me. All right, I am here with Gavin Cox, who is a son of an owner. Son of the owners. Yes. And Gavin, from what I've been told, you are the candy connoisseur.
Sure.
You know all that there is to know. Tell us about the store. When did it get started? I mean, if people are coming, what should they try? What's your favorite?
Okay, sounds good. It was about fall of 2005. I think it was around there, because it's been about 16 years since it started. So before it was an antique store, before that it was a pharmacy, before that it was a grocery store or something along those lines in that order. And then they bought it. They had intentions for what was upstairs, so they tried to figure out what to do down here, and they decided that they'd turn it into a candy store. So my dad, he put all this together. He built everything, all the shelves, everything. If you can see in the back, and I don't know if you got a shot of that when you were back there, but they have apothecary drawers from the pharmacy back then, so it's pretty cool. So they make everything here, all of it, except for the suckers. Those suckers are bought from Startup Suckers, that's up in Provo. The rest is here. The things that people tend to love the most are these corn puffs right here, that are the white chocolate corn puffs. People call them crack because it's addictive and you eat them a lot. It's just corn puffs covered in white chocolate, which is awesome. But as far as the candy container, everything, like I say, the chocolate is good, tart chocolate. It's the best chocolate that we know of. It is just made here with love. Everybody loves it, you know, it makes you feel good. We make our fudge here, we make all the different supplies here, and they are always just exploring new things and trying new things just to make it the sweetest place in town, as they have coined the phrase. So this is the sweetest place in town.
Okay, well, if you're coming to Manti, before or after you hit the trail, you've got to come in and buy some legal Manti crack right here, and then try a whole bunch of the amazing chocolates. It's one of the things that sets Sanpete County apart from any place in Utah. It's all of these wonderful people doing amazing things just like Candies on Main. I know you're gonna love it. Give it a try, get sugared up, and come join us down here because I'm going home with some white crack.